A very wise man once said, "Overthinking, overanalyzing separates the body from the mind." And you know what? I couldn't agree more. Hi guys, my name is Alex and I'm a sex coach, and today I am talking about the topic of overthinking sex and really crowding your mind with physical techniques, physical tips and tricks, different methods that you need to do during sex, all this stuff that's crowding your mind, polluting your mind, and causing you to overthink everything, and why that is not good for you, and why you shouldn't do that. So on my channel, I always preach that physical techniques are no good, and you really should focus on psychological stimulation over physical stimulation. Because the same physical stimulation in two different contexts will be so different based on the mental state of your partner and you yourself during that sexual experience. So even if you have a million different physical techniques, tips, and tricks up your sleeve that you can do on your partner to stimulate their body, they might work one day and then they might not work the other day because your partner's mental state is not there and they're not aroused enough or they're not horny enough, and then you've wasted all this headspace on physical techniques, physical tips and tricks, and the sex isn't going to go anywhere. And part of the reason why I don't like to give out physical techniques and advice is because I don't want you guys to be constantly thinking about the next tip or trick thing that you need to do during sex, because that's going to make the sex worse for you. Because now you're overthinking, you're overanalyzing, and you're not going to be present in the moment. It's literally separating your body and mind. You are not actually there enjoying the sex. Instead, you are planning out what you're going to do next to your partner in hopes that it will help them reach some sort of orgasm, and then you can have your turn to reach orgasm. And it really makes sex this not enjoyable thing and kind of a chore if you're only just focused on these physical things and you're just super stressed about trying to pleasure your partner, and you're just trying all these new things and there's no mental component to it, and you're just in your head and your partner's probably in their head because there's nothing engaging about the sex because it's just a string of different physical techniques. That is not going to lead to good sex for you or your partner. So stop overthinking sex and go in with the mindset that you just want to enjoy yourself while being a generous, conscious partner and trying to give them a good experience as well. It really starts with you. If you are enjoying it, if you are present, if you are dirty talking, if you are expressing yourself, and you're not in your head and you're just free and just loving it, and like I said, just losing yourself to that moment, that is so contagious and so arousing for another sexual partner to see that, to see who they're having sex with just totally lose it because they're in pure ecstasy. Do you think that's not going to turn them on? It's not going to get them going and encourage them to do the same? So be expressive, dirty talk, lose yourself in that experience, and stop overthinking sex. In order to be good at sex, you just need to be able to arouse your partner, keep them in the moment, and keep them immersed in the experience. If you yourself are getting there just by losing yourself and just forgetting any insecurities, getting out of your head, that is the same thing that your partner needs to do. So if you give them stuff to listen to, like your dirty talk, if you are showing them your arousal, showing them how into them you are, that is going to encourage them to be in that moment as well, because then they're not worrying about trying to pleasure you either. So it's really a win-win situation. And the journey to improving sexual quality, often we forget to focus on ourselves and we become completely outwardly focused. We want to provide the best sexual experiences we can for our partners, and so we're just going to ignore our pleasure completely and just focus on different things we can do to our partners, trying to be a sex god, trying to look like we're amazing at sex in their eyes and be a great sexual partner, when it's kind of weird, it's kind of counterintuitive, but the more that we can enjoy sex without being selfish, obviously, without just going in and just trying to pleasure ourselves, the more we can enjoy it by being open, by being relaxed in that environment, by being expressive, by talking, communicating, being just present, not in our heads, that is actually going to provide a better sexual experience. So instead of being outwardly focused, by being kind of internally focused, present in that experience, not in our heads, just feeling that experience for what it is, the sensuality of it, focusing on every little physical touch, everything we hear, the smells even, just really soaking in our partner and being there in that moment. That will provide a better sexual experience, and it will make you enjoy the sex as well. And being better at sex won't be a chore anymore, because you're not just trying to think of different physical techniques to string together in order to provide some sort of climax to your partner. I know, because I've been there before. I have thought that I want to provide a great sexual experience. I've gotten way into my head and I'm just thinking about what I need to do, and I'm not really there. I'm anxious, and it hasn't been as successful and as great of a sexual experience. Then when I go in, just completely lose myself, be who I am, not afraid of any insecurities, not afraid of any expressions or being shy or anything like that. Those experiences are always the most memorable for me and for my partner, because they feel that comfort. It's kind of a reciprocal feeling where, like I said, if you are more comfortable, they will feel more comfortable. And this is not easy to do with a stranger, which is why I always promote having sex with someone continually in a monogamous relationship, because that way you will get to the point where you feel comfortable enough to really let go. And when you can really let go and get rid of any thoughts, any negative thoughts, any anxieties, any insecurities, that is when you will be able to provide the best sexual experiences to your partner. So don't overthink sex. Ignore all these weird physical techniques or different methodologies that you need to do during sex, and just try to be present and do what you can to keep your partner present. And if you are expressive, if you're moaning, if you're dirty talking, that is enough to keep your partner present, and your sex life will improve. Once you get past that point and you can be comfortable during sex, then you can add stuff to it to enhance the variety and all that kind of stuff. But don't overthink it. Try to enjoy sex. Don't make it a chore, and your sex life will improve by a lot. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it informative. If you like this video, leave me a like. Leave me a comment. You can ask me any questions down there, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. But thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. And until next time, hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.